Hi everyone, Barb Alvarez, Church by the Sea Yogi here. Just a reminder, if you're new to yoga or you're new to exercise or you haven't done anything for a while, check with your doctor just to make sure it's okay. Today I'm going to teach you 3 of my favorite yoga poses. The first one is downward facing dog. Probably the most famous yoga pose, right? It's famous for a reason. It feels really good in your body. It releases a lot of tension in the shoulders and in the back. It opens up the whole back body. It's a slight inversion because you're making the shape of a letter V, getting the blood and oxygen flowing to your brain. Sometimes when I have no time for exercise or when I really don't feel like it too much, just one downward dog is a wonderful thing to do for myself. So here's how it looks. Bringing your hands shoulder distance apart. You're making the shape on the mat. The hands are on the mat, obviously, and the feet are hip distance apart. Hip distance apart. Your heels are melting toward the earth. Mine don't touch because the backs of my legs are very tight. And my hands are open, my fingers are open wide, and the weight of my body is equally distributed on all 4 corners of my hands. I'm pushing the mat away, and I'm sending my heart toward my toes. Downward facing dog. Now, if your shoulders are tight, or even if your hamstrings or your back body is tight in any way, your downward dog may look more like this. And that's okay. The more you come to the mat and the more you attempt to make this shape with your body, the more your body will thank you, little by little, opening up and allowing you to get into this inverted V we call downward facing dog. And sometimes I just like to shake my head here and let it dangle, well, up and back and side to side. It feels amazing toward my body, or for my body. If your back or your shoulders are tight and your downward dog looks like this, you may also want to bend your knees, push the mat away. Bending your knees, pushing the mat away, sending your heart toward your toes. This takes your hamstrings and your glutes out of the equation, allowing you to really stretch your back. And once you've stretched your back, maybe then you want to try to straighten your knees and send the heels toward the earth. Downward facing dog. The next pose I'll show you is tree pose. Balancing postures are very important in that if we stop doing it and challenging our body in this way, we can lose the ability to balance as we get older. So I urge you, practice balancing as much as you can. Let me straighten my mat out for a moment. Straighten that mat out. I'm going to pick a point on the floor about 6 feet in front of me. A point that doesn't move, a fixed point, and I'm going to keep my eyes on that point. I'm going to start to shift the weight of the body to my left foot, bring my right foot up into my thigh, and squeeze. I'm squeezing my right foot into my left thigh into my right foot, everything squeezing hard toward the center without moving my eyes from that fixed point, my drishti. Once I have found balance, I'll bring my hands up. Tree. Now notice that my foot is above my knee. This is not good. This would be dangerous if I had it right on my knee. I want to get it above my knee. If you can't do that, a modification is here or here with your toes on the floor. That is a modification. And then back to your heart center. Now, whatever you do on one side of the body, always do it on the other side of the body. Picking my point, my drishti, in Sanskrit, we say that, the focal point,
on the floor in front of me. That point that doesn't move, shifting the weight of my body onto my right foot, bringing my left foot into the thigh, squeezing foot into thigh, thigh into foot, not moving my gaze. And once I've found balance, arms up. Holding it there for as long as I can. Practicing moving it so that I don't lose it. Tree pose. Finally, today I want to teach you Warrior 2. Now, I have 2 mats laid out so that I can teach you what it looks like from the front and what it looks like from the side. Warrior 2. My right foot is underneath my right knee. I'm tucking my tailbone, my belly button's engaged, my arms are out as if I were surfing on a surfboard kind of, and I'm looking out beyond my middle finger, my right finger. My right middle finger, right there, Warrior 2. Notice that my knee is not coming in. It's going to want to do that. Bring it to the center. Let me do it this way so that you can see Warrior 2. My knee is stacked right over the ankle. Don't let the knee go out beyond the ankle. That's dangerous for your knee. Make sure that your knee is stacked right over the ankle. My back foot is on the floor. My arms. Now my whole body is opened toward you. And I'm looking out beyond my middle finger. So you're not turning like this. You're like this. Whatever you do on one side of the body, do it on the other to maintain balance. So we'll do Warrior 2 on the left. Warrior 2. And then we'll try it with this leg. Notice my knee is over my ankle. My body is open toward you. It's not facing, it's this way. Everything is open. My heart, and then my palms will face down, and I'll turn my head to look beyond the middle finger of my left hand. Warrior 2. Even one yoga pose held for 5 breaths is a meditation. Even one yoga pose held for 5 breaths is a form of self-care, is a form of self-love, and can be considered a prayer. Namaste.